before we get to my very specific questions on policy, I wanted to go big picture. What is the biggest issue facing your state and your community today?
Well, I know folks often hear about the culture wars coming out of Florida and to some of the really archaic and backwards policies impacting different communities of people. And those are really bad and really serious. But I also want to amplify just the economic challenges that our families face. Florida has a major affordable housing crisis. We have skyrocketing property insurance rates. We have a regressive tax structure that is not only unsustainable, but really puts the burden of the state budget on the backs of working families. So I'll often do what I can to center the debate and the conversation on some of these economic woes and challenges, and just the fact that we don't have a diverse economy. Our economy is so service industry where families really can't achieve economic mobility. So that's the day to day that I see in my district. But of course, you also have Governor Ron DeSantis, who perpetuates every type of culture war there is, and we are very much involved in those battles as well.
Yeah, of course, I'm not surprised to hear you mention from the get-go Governor Ron DeSantis. You've been an outspoken critic of the governor, and so now he's officially launched his bid for the White House. What is your reaction to his campaign, and also do you think that him launching this campaign while also being the governor has affected his ability to effectively govern, and because he's so focused on these culture wars? What is your reaction to that?
Well, it's a great question because, first of all, this was the worst kept secret in town, right? Everybody knew he was preparing to run for president. It was very clear in just his use of the bully pulpit via his own microphone in the governor's office, but also the state legislature, where anything the governor wanted, the governor got, and it took shape in bills attacking the LGBTQ plus community, banning abortion at 6 weeks, going after academic freedom in the collegial environment, censoring different types of history, targeting and demonizing immigrants, censoring protest. I mean, you name it, Governor DeSantis pushed it. And of course, it was not because it was in the best interest of Floridians to do any of these things. It was because he is trying to out Trump in a Republican primary and set himself up for a win in that environment. And I think what's really ironic is, despite the fact that DeSantis did all those terrible things that do not reflect the majority of Floridians' values or perspectives, he's not doing that good, in the presidential bid. Other candidates have jumped in the Republican race. It's crowded. There's no clear challenger to Trump whatsoever. And so, it's really embarrassing, I think, for him that he's taken all these measures. He's neglected responsibility of his state for his own political ambitions. Is not even yielding the results that I assume he expected. Meanwhile, back home, we're having to handle a lot of these crises by ourselves without really any strong executive leadership, because our governor is too busy banning books and talking about COVID and vaccines to really focus on the issues in front of us.